Okay, hello, good afternoon, welcome. I'm excited to craft with you today. I'm just gonna jump right in. We are going to do something really fun. It's something that I have seen a few other designers do lately, and I think the one that came up with it was Gina K or Rena K. And so you may have seen this technique, but we're gonna throw a little bit of my own twist on it, but let's just look into it and see what you think. Let me go ahead and flip my camera over. Well, let's try it this way and see what happens. Thank you.
Hi.
Thank you, Ben. I'm just gonna plug my phone in just to make sure. Hey, Benji, come here, bud. Can you climb under the table and grab me the phone cord?
Yes, Mom.
Thank you. Thanks. Hopefully that's working. Thank you. Okay, thank you. All right, now we're plugged in, so I know I won't lose power in the middle of this. And I'm just gonna move this forward a little bit. All right, I think we are set. Okay, so today, first off, we are going to use this very cool die. Darren, I do not remember what this die is called. Could you tell me?
It's called Monarch.
What is it?
Monarch.
Monarch. Okay, this is the Monarch. Oh, it's right there. Sorry about that, Darren. So here is the Monarch die. I will show it to you. And let me know as people come on. I haven't said hi to anybody. This is what it looks like. And the panel, when it's cut out, looks like this. And we are going to use it for a mask today. And we are going to use it with our, this is from the inspiration box from July. And so the whole inspiration box had a mouse theme to it. And so these cards, even though they really don't have anything mousy on them, but I will show you what they look like.
So far, I don't say anything.
All right. If you're on, go ahead and tell me hello. Okay, so we've got these 3 prints, and you get 2 each. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. There are 4 prints. I didn't count the one that we're using. These are the 4, and you get 2 of each of them. And so these are printed on the Perfect Blend paper, which is amazing. If you do any kind of coloring with alcohol markers or even inks, you'll see that they blend amazingly on this paper. And not only that, but the print on them is done with a toner ink, so you can use these in conjunction with your foil, which we are going to do both of those today. Let me just set these to the side. I love this one. It's kind of fun. It looks like words without actually being words. And I kind of liked that idea, because then you have to kind of worry about, well, what does it say? Is it going to be weird? Is it going to make sense? So we are going to use that, and we are going to use this. And what we are going to do first is we are going to use our, you know, these brushes. You know that I love these brushes. This is our Ergonomic blending brush. Pink and Main created this, and you can get them on the site. Darren is moderating yet again, thankfully. Thank you, Darren. And he will be putting links up as we go along. Also, if you're joining me on YouTube, I will put this, you can see it's recorded live, and I will put this up on YouTube after the fact. So we'll go ahead and set this up. We are going to, well, we're not quite ready for that yet, so we'll just start with this. All right. So we are going to use some Simon Hurley inks today. We are going to use quite a few of them, as you can see. And I just love these inks. These inks are really, really nice to use when you're blending. They just work so well. And on this paper, doesn't get much better than that. So this ink is called Guppy. It's kind of a yellowy orange.
There's 5 people watching. I don't want to say anything.
And we are just going to start, and you want to start kind of off your paper. This is Brutus Monroe Media Matte, which is really nice because you can just get it messy and wipe it right off. And we're going to start a little bit off the paper and then work our way in, just so we don't get harsh lines from our blending tool. And we're going to go a little bit more on that. And I like getting some variance in the depth. And we are going to just, while we've got this color on our blending brush, I think I'll put a little over here too, just so that we have not got it all in the same spot. We will use a little bit of it on this piece of paper. And I will tell you why in a little while. So let's go ahead and close that one up. And we will move on to this color, which is Traffic Cone. It's a pretty orange. And we will put a little bit of that right in here. Can you see how nicely this is blending?
Katie's on.
Hi, Katie.
Seal says hello.
Hi, Seal. Hope you guys are having a good afternoon. Okay, so I think we've got enough orange on there, a traffic cone if you want to get precise, which we probably do. Okay. Again, if you have kind of been shopping for some ink colors, these are a great one because for one thing, there aren't a ton of inks in the collection. They're not as overwhelming. I think there's maybe 18. I hope I'm right on that, but they are gorgeous. In fact, let me see if I have.
Donna says
Dude.
hi.
Hi, Donna. These are all the colors. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So there's 22 colors. But you can see they are really, really just vibrant, pretty colors. So especially if you're just starting and you don't have a lot of inks, the Simon Hurley inks are a great place to start. They also are really reasonably priced. All right, so let's move on to Prom Queen. And I love the names of his inks. They are hilarious. So we are going to add some Prom Queen. I think we'll add that right over here. Ooh, I love that. I love it already. It blends so well, I think you could leave it white and it would be just fine, but you know, we gotta use all the things. Look how pretty that is. And now let's use some of the Prom Queen on our smaller sheet. And this is what happens if you don't start off of the sheet. See that just round mark? It's not gonna matter too much on this because we're not gonna see the whole panel anyway, but it is blending out pretty well, as you can see. But yeah, that's why you want to start off of the paper a little bit. Of course I did that on purpose, right? Just so I could show you, because I would never do that. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. And now we are going to use, let's use Crown Me next. And you know, honestly, I did choose a certain order for my inks so that they wouldn't muddy the other ink pads very much, but I really haven't had too much trouble with these brushes, and they're really a cinch to clean. So, you know, if you are worried about that, you could stop and clean it in between. But I am not going to take the time to do that. Let's do a little more purple over here of the, what is it called? Crown Me?
More waves on?
I'm sorry, who?
Natalie's on.
Natalie, how you doing? All right, so we've got our purples in there. Let's put a little bit more purple in there. I like purple. All right, and now we need a little bit on this other sheet. And like I said, we're not gonna see all of this. We're just gonna see some of it. So that's kind of nice because you can manipulate what part of it you use. I'll show you that when we get to that step. I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. Okay, so now look at that. So pretty. I love these colors and I love this paper. All right, now we are going to move on to, let's see, let's do the clear skies next. This is one of my favorite colors. I think it's so pretty. Let's do some down here. We're running out of space for color. Good thing I only have 2 left, huh? And we'll do some on this other one. And again, I kind of caught the paper before the edge. And I will also point out to you,
Donna said she loves that purple.
Isn't that a pretty purple, Donna? I keep moving my mat around. So I want to point one thing out. So you can see the lines a little bit. It's nothing too serious, but this paper right here is just, it's white cardstock versus this that is the perfect blend paper. And you can see this one is much smoother. You don't get those little lines even when you are crazy like me and keep forgetting to start off of the paper. So now we are going to move on to our tropical tango. In this little area here, I think we'll, hopefully I'm in the right spot. We'll do a little bit right here. Right. Maybe blend that out a little bit more. And let's add a little bit. Now we are using this one. Did I switch?
Overzealous.
Okay, did I do? Nope, Tropical Tango. We're still using Tropical Tango. We're just using it on our other sheet. We've used it on our other one. Now we're using it on our just white panel. I'm sure that my car warranty can wait. Do you guys get like a million of those calls? Okay, so now we can use our last color, which is Overzealous. All right, so we've got just that perfect spot left for our Overzealous color. And we will add a little bit of that to this. And like I said, we've done a lot of this coloring. I don't know how much of it we're actually going to see, but it was fun to play with the colors anyway. So this is really therapeutic. If you ever just want to relax, do some color blending. It's a lot of fun. All right.
Donna says she really loves the colors.
Oh, Donna, thank you. I think they're pretty too. I can't really take credit because they're Simon's colors, but they do look beautiful together and they work really well together, don't they? All right, so now we've done this part, let's take the next step, which is we are going to take, I've already cut out our dye and we are going to use it as a mask. So we're going to just place that right over the top and we're going to use our purple tape and we're going to want to line it up pretty good. I'm actually going to trim the panel down after anyway, so if you do catch the side, not a big deal, but if you don't want to trim it down, then you most definitely want to make sure you've got it lined up properly. Okay, let's see if I can get that under there better. Yep. I think I'm gonna have to tape my mat down so it doesn't slide around so much. All right. This purple tape is such a lifesaver. Okay. I'm just trying to get this in there just right. We'll add a little of it over on this other side. And let's actually just use a little bit more of this other tape. Now that we've kind of got the anchor down, let's just kind of reinforce it a little bit. Just because we want to keep our stencil in place really good. All right. Well, you guys are kind of quiet today.
Not a lot of talking today. Everybody's watching.
All right, I think that is pretty well covered. Let's do one more along the bottom and we will go to the next step. All right, should we do one more? I feel like we've gone this far, we may as well just make sure that last corner is down good. All right, I think we're good now. Okay, so now I'm going to take the Detail ink, the Raven. This is fantastic ink. And just a little sponge dauber. And because there's these little antennae, isn't it antennae when it's plural? I think so. I don't want to ruffle them up, so I'm mostly just pushing down. I'm just kind of patting rather than swirling like I did with the other brush. And you can do this a couple of different ways. Christopher Allen actually did a variation on this the other night, and it was really beautiful. He actually used cardstock colors, and he liked it kind of transparent. So on the example that we're gonna be assembling, I went solid with the black, but I'm thinking on this one, maybe we'll do it so it's more transparent. And see what kind of effect we get. Just for fun. If I can get it kind of even. All right, so we just about got that working quickly. And like I said, you can go really dark and make it so that you can't see anything in between. And you do want to make sure you kind of get the little nooks and crannies or you'll miss the detail when we take it off. So make sure you get it nice and evenly distributed. All right, I think we are gonna let's just play with it on this to see what it looks like without it being, like I said, without it being all the way dark, because I will have that other example for you. So here is the more transparent version. All right. I'm not liking that. Hang on one sec. I feel like I need to get either a couple more splotchy spots or do the whole thing as splotchy as that. I don't care if the whole thing isn't like uniformly done, but it feels like it needs to be a little more, yeah, there we go, a little more spread out. Okay, now let's try it. I just wanted to build up your suspense a little bit. Okay, so we'll peel back our purple tape. And let's see what we have. All right, are you ready? Okay, so on this particular one, I think I like this. I think we'll put the foil on it really quick and see what you think, but when I show you the other one, I think you'll see. Well, I'll just show you that part right now. Well, no, I'm going to make you wait because I have another step I'm going to do with that. So we'll just move that over for a second and let's dry this a little bit. So our ink is, I need to turn my laminator on anyway. So we'll let that get hot for a second while I dry this. Because of that, I actually meant to do that ahead of time. I may actually just show you the other part first. Alright, so I'm going to let that dry a little bit more while I show you the next step, which actually is going to be the foil. Well, let's see, I'll just show you the foil. So remember I was telling you that the print on it is done with the toner? So that means that everywhere that it was printed, the foil should stick. Hopefully I've let that dry enough that it'll be okay. And I think, should we do our foil this way or this way? I think we'll do it this way. And I'm just going to trim that a little bit. And I'll save that piece for another day. And then we're just going to slide that into here. And I'm not quite sure that my printer, not my printer, but my laminator is hot enough. So let me check it really quick. Let's see if I can bring it over where you can see it. All right, so first I'll just show you a trick while we're waiting for a second. I wanted to show you, this is the ribbon that we're going to use at the end.
Heather Cohen says hello.
Hi, Heather.
Donna says she loves that foil.
Isn't that pretty foil? I love it too. So many fun things you can do with that. And that is the rainbow foil. I'm just going to show you that, okay, so this is how my ribbon looked. It's been stored on a card, and so it just, you know, it gets those kinks in it. And so one thing I tried out today that I thought worked pretty well. So I just put it, you can use something less decorated. I just happened to have this sitting there and I just had it cut for a slim line. So I would pull it about like this. So you have enough to pull on, but not enough that it could get like tangled. And then, let's see, yeah, I think you can see the other side where it comes out. That's as far as I think it's gonna, well, no, I might be able to move it over a little more. Okay. So I'm just going to feed that in to my, I'll even pull it down a little bit more. So I've pulled it down so there's this much coming out of the card. I'm just going to feed that through my laminator. And I actually should show you on the other one that is actually more crinkled, not crinked. Okay, so as this is coming out, I'm going to wait for this end and see, now I've got a hold of that little piece of ribbon. Just because I don't know how things work on the inside of this machine, but I want to make sure that the ribbon's not going to get tangled up in anything.
Crimped is the word.
Crimped? Yeah, it kind of does have that. This is actually kind of more of a rib, but who knows? My language when I'm
I mean when it's folded.
doing a live could be any kind of creative thing. My brain just doesn't work the same way. Okay, so now I've got to get a hold of that ribbon. I've got it here, but I've also got it on this other side, which is probably the most important part. And now that I feel like I've got it, so it's not gonna get into any of the rollers or anything, I'm just gonna hold on to it and let it finish its way out. See what it did? The heat from it just took some of those out. So now it's ready to use better. And we'll do it on this other one too, because I actually am going to need both of them. Okay, so it's caught now in there. And I'm just going to wait.
It's perfect. It ironed it.
Yeah. Heaven knows I'm not going to pull out my iron to iron ribbons. I actually don't even own an iron right now. I need to buy one. But, yeah. I have a whole section of my closet that is waiting for me to buy one. I do have a steamer. I do use that when I need to. Alright, so we are almost through this. Probably should have used a shorter ribbon, but we'll just let it finish out and then we'll go on to the next step. But yeah, the heat from the laminator is great for a lot of things. Heather Collins was using it for straightening her paper because she had done some watercoloring. And I had never even thought of that, but I thought, oh, how clever, that works out great.
Well, it says you only use an iron when you use to quilt.
Ah, yeah, I bet you use an iron a lot when you're quilting. I don't sew. That is one thing. My mother was an amazing seamstress. She could sew really well, but that was not passed on. And unfortunately, I was so hard to get it through to, she gave up on teaching me. I don't think I was even 12 when she was trying, in my defense, but still. It must have been bad, because my mom was a pretty patient lady. Alright, so now we've got that through our laminator pretty much. Pretty much. Now that I said that, I'm wondering if it's ever going to end. Okay, there we go. Alright, so it's not all the way out. If we put it through a couple more times, I think it would be, but let's not do that right now. Alright, so we've got this ready to go. We can stick this in. I want to make sure my stripes are pretty straight. Yeah. So now we'll just feed our foil in. How hot is it where you guys are today?
Brad Bolo joined.
Hi, Brad. I was just talking about what a good seamstress mom was and how that did not get passed down to me. Okay, so our paper is just about through. I do like to feed it through twice just because I'm kind of crazy that way. And we want to have a good chance for our foil to stick. All right.
Kathy is on.
Hi, Kathy. Sorry, I don't have something more entertaining to say while it's feeding through the laminator. I will tell you this. Heather actually, when you did your live, she used this mat through the laminator as well. and that it didn't bother the mat at all. I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, now we are ready. She used the mat to keep the other things from sticking. I believe, were you using the gel at the time? I can't remember. Anyway, it kept the other items from sticking. Okay.
This is Kinley is saying hi as well.
Ah, hi Kinley. Kinley is my little grandniece. Okay, I'm so excited. It worked really good. Are you ready? Can you see our foil sticking? Oh, there's a couple places that it didn't stick as well as others, but for the most part, you can see. I think I do want to stick it in one more time and see if one time more would be a charm, and if not, it's okay. It's okay if it doesn't get all the way on there, but it would have probably been better had I had my laminator already heated. So I'm going to go on, while that's going through the machine, I'm going to show you the next step. So I did cut the die out of black paper, and then I used a circle die. I've got these here. I used a circle die to cut a circle from that. So we are going to put that.
Ken is on.
Hi, Ken. And we're going to use the smaller circle on the panel that we created. And I'll just show you what that ended up looking like. Okay, so let's see if our foil worked. Some did, some didn't, but I still like it. I think it looks pretty good. But I will show you, it's better if you've got your laminator heated before you get going on that. Make sure your ink is completely dry too. Okay, so we cut this out of this piece of paper. And then I also cut out a piece of clear sheet, clear window paper. Looks like this. And then I went ahead and did this ahead of time because it is kind of time consuming. I used this one to cut it out of our panel, this one to cut out of here, and then I placed it behind it with the clear sheet as well and attached it with foam squares. And the reason why we're using the foam is because we want it to give us just a little space, because we are going to make a little bit of a shaker on this, and we can use either one of these. Let's see which one we like better. There's this one, or there's this one. I think this one might actually show, well, no, I think that one's okay. Which one do you guys like better? We're gonna have these really cool rainbow sequins for our shaker, and I think that it'll be fun because it'll pick up the foil in on our card. And like I said, I went ahead and did put it all on there pretty much ahead of time, other than I do want to add a little bit down here too, just so that it's not got a weird dent when we attach it to this sheet of paper. Did I get a response on which one they like better?
Not yet.
All right, speak now or forever hold your peace, guys. Okay, so while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and take off some of the backs of the foam. Now, when you do the foam, if you haven't made a shaker card before, you know you need to make sure that you don't have any openings where the sequins can slide through. You're just creating a barrier so the sequins have something to keep them in place. And let's see, I think we need a couple more to peel. I think we just about have it. Do I have all of them peeled? Maybe just the little guys, but I don't think those ones matter as much. And then we'll peel this one off. Okay, so the next thing we're going to want to do...
Donna said the one you did live.
Okay, I agree. We'll do that one. All right. Thank you, Donna. So we're going to put our little sequins in there. And the trick is to get enough in there that you can see all of the goodies, but not so full that it doesn't move around. It's a balance that I sometimes find difficult. All right. So now that we've got that done, we are going to just add this panel.
BM shaker pouches aren't open to use tool works on them to perfect page size.
Oh, cool. I haven't tried those yet. I'll have to try them out. Okay, I'm loving that. So we've got the shaker part of our card ready to go. And we're just going to attach that. You guys probably can't see it because it's on a black mat, but we're going to put that on black paper and then add that to this purple panel. But before we do that, let's use up some of this ribbon. Neither piece I don't think is long enough to tie a bow. Let me see. This one's kind of pushing it, but let's give it a shot. It's not going to be a huge bow. See if I can get it to work. If not, we can do a cheater bow. Do you guys ever do the cheater bow where you just put the one band around it and then tie a bow around the band? I'll have to do that sometime. I'm sure I will have the opportunity at some point. Okay, so actually we did all right. We had just enough room that we could use that. And we are going to go ahead and trim that. I'm looking for my scissors. All right. Okay. So we've got that ready to go. We need to stamp our sentiment. And I just picked out one. I picked out one, it says you're awesome. And we'll just stamp that in black. We'll keep it fairly simple today. I think we might need a little bit more on that. I'm going to actually stamp this off on another piece of paper because I don't think I've used this stamp before. So sometimes when you're using the clear stamps, it's best if you kind of ink them up once or twice before you go to do it. It just kind of seasons the stamp. See. Yeah, I think we're ready now. And I actually probably should have done it in the Misty, but we're good. So everybody bear with me. Let me just put a little cushion underneath it just to make it have a little bit more I don't know exactly what to call that. Okay. That works. So we will trying to decide where I want to put that exactly. We could stick him right there, or we can stick him right here. I don't want to cover up too much of what we just did though. So let me mess with our ribbon a little bit. Nope, I think I'm liking it over there. Move it back to where I had it. Maybe, well, you know, I'm going to stick this down a little bit first. Then maybe it'll help me decide. Let's move our ribbon, our bow over a little bit and do it on this side. What do you guys think? I don't know. I find putting the sentiment on is one of the trickiest things sometimes. I'm kind of liking it over there. I kind of like it under the ribbon. What do you guys think? Let's see. Let's put a little bit of foam tape on it because it's handy. One rule of thumb, though, is that you never want to cover up.
Says yes to
You like it over there too?
the sentiment.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think it can be tricky. We don't ever want to cover up any of the message, though.
A little lower to not cover the shaker elements.
A little bit lower. Let's try it out. Yeah, I think you're right on that. I think that way we still have enough of our shaker showing. Yeah, I think that'll work. I feel like it needs something right here, though. Stay tuned, because I may add something after. Alright, well, let's just attach this to our card back. Or card base, I should say. What? I'm still here. Hang on one sec.
Do you have it over there? Yeah.
It's right here. I sniffed the basket. It wasn't in my clear view. Sorry, here I am.
Heather says Shannon knocked the ATCs out of the world.
Oh, you are so sweet. I will post some pictures of the finished ATCs. I had some fun over the weekend. Oops, there's my hair. Making some fun ATCs. Those are a lot of fun, I have to tell you. I am definitely a fan. Alright. So we'll get this guy on our card base, or on our card panel, and then we'll put that on our base. And I kind of just eyeballed that, so hopefully it's kind of straight, right? I think that works. And then let's go ahead and fold our, ooh! Well, this is going to be the outside because I didn't clean off that craft mat I told you was so easy to clean. But that's okay because our card panel is going to cover that up. I am all about covering up the little mistakes and having things be very forgiving. I try to take the bullet for you. I'm pretty good at that. Okay, yeah. See, that's not even going to show.
And they said the whole team was wowed going up Friday on the blog.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Heather. I really, like I said, I had so much fun making them. Okay, so we're just going to use our bone folder. And now we're going to cover up the ugly little boo-boo. If only everything was that easy. I'm just laughing to myself thinking that mat isn't any better than this one. So this one's dry now, so at least we know this one's clean. I think I'm going to get a couple more of these and put them all the way across and just secure them right to my table. Love them. I want to show you something that makes cleaning up your mat really easy in just a second. But first, we'll just stick this on there. I'm kind of reminding myself as I go. If you saw me craft in person, I don't know if it'd be a lot different because I tend to kind of narrate as I go just to keep my thoughts straight. Sometimes I talk to myself. All right. Okay.
Donna said Shanna pretty much knocks out of the park everything she makes.
Oh, Donna, you're so sweet. Thank you. Now, you just don't see all of the things I don't show, because I have plenty of those. All right. I'm liking that. Is this... Oh, yeah, it is. It's upside down, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to show it to you this way. And you can see our little shaker. And what a fun way to use your foil. And another way to use your dies. We used a die, we used it as a stencil, then we were able to get 2 different looks from that. So I thought it was a fun technique, and like I said, I borrowed the technique from both Gina K and Rena K and Christopher Allen. So I think it's perfectly legal to scrap lift, but I do think it's nice when you let people know where you got your idea. So I do like to always give credit where credit is due. Well, I do want to thank you so much. Oh, I didn't show you. I want to show you really quick. So this particular flavor that I'm going to show you of Squeaky Clean is almost out. I've shown it before, but this is the blue slush. But this, okay, Brutus Monroe has the best smelling stamp cleaner ever. And the fun thing is they get different scents in. And if you're a fan of like Bath and Body Works like I am, it's right up my alley. I love it. And I clean a lot of things with it, not just stamps. And so this little thing, it's just their microfiber towel. It cleans my stamps better than anything I've ever had. It makes me laugh because I've invested so many times in little stamp scrubbers, and I can't tell you, I have at least 5 of them. And this works so much better. This simple microfiber cloth with the Squeaky Clean is seriously, look, I'll show you right now. Here's our stamp. Let me find something. We'll put it on this so you can see that it's dirty. And I'm just going to use what's on my cloth right now. Well, actually, I probably need to spray it a little bit because... There we go. It doesn't take a lot. I'm just going to take what's up here, what's on here. And again, I guess I need that to show you the... show you how easily it comes off. Because clear stamps get really grubby. That's one thing that
Sue just joined.
Is kind of a crazy thing. But look how clean my stamp got. With just my little microfiber cloth and my Squeaky Clean. And hello, Sue. Thank you for joining us. We just made this card. We had a lot of fun. So anyway, I do want to thank you. Let me just flip my camera back up. I might be upside down. I haven't figured out the whole upside down, right side up thing yet on the camera. But I do want to thank you so much for joining me and for putting up with my crazy. And I love that you're with me as I kind of muddle through sometimes. But I do appreciate your support so much, and thank you very, very much. And I will see you next Wednesday.